So what chapter am I on next? That's a good question. The good question is, what chapter am I on next? Anytime you take a look at somebody's life, that question always comes up like, I see their chapter 10. It looks so glamorous, it looks so hot, it looks so good, and everything's going off and popping off. Everything looks so smooth, but you don't know what their chapter 1 was, you know? You don't know what their chapter 1 was, and you don't know all the trials and tribulations and detours that had to happen to make that happen. When I was writing Unleash Your Irresistibility, there were a lot of detours. There were a lot of detours that happened, and going through that, it really taught me how to bounce back, really. And then in 2019, when The Extraordinary Makeover was actually published, that right there was also a bounce back, but I brought some ladies with me. It was more a collective collaboration of different women's stories and journeys. And even in that, they all poured out their stories of what they had to go through. And that's not even all of the chapters, of course, but it was also an allowance for me to peek into a little bit of what people don't know about me. Years ago, real estate market was up and down, up and down, up and down. And when you're going through that market, you have the trust that all your money is attached to a real estate deal and you're going to be fine. But that's not how the case was. In 2007, my income was tanked. Y'all, it was tanked. And when I say that, that simply means anything that my hands expertise touched, it doesn't matter. It really had to deal with what was going on in the economy to make a difference in my income. And not too many people know it, but back then I had to live with someone. I had to move out of my place because I couldn't afford where I was living. And I had to look at where I was at that point, and I was trying my best, and I had a storage bin. I remember, and I had a storage bin, and all of my things were in there. I used to have a staging business, and when I was in real estate, I had a staging business, a decorating business. Everything in that storage bin could have furnished a one-bedroom apartment. So that means I had accessories, window treatment, kitchen things, everything that you could think of. But I couldn't make the payment on it. I could not make a payment on it. And what had to happen? It went to auction. I was going one day to actually send in a payment, and when I was driving in there, I remember going up Route 50, and I was like, hey, I'm en route, just want to let you guys know. And they said, Miss Woodruff, no need to come. It went to auction already. Your storage unit is gone. And I'm like, what? It was gone. And when I tell you, at that moment, I had two decisions. Either you get down, you stay in depression, you stay down, or you bounce back. And that is the reason why the bounce back has been so strong, and I am so encouraging with other men and women you got 5 seconds, you got 10 seconds to be down, and then you have to get your up and get up. I went through 2 short sales during that time period, so I know what it's like to lose something so precious and have to give it up. But at that time, I had to make a decision. A house is not a home anymore. It's not. So you have to make that decision. So why am I such an advocate on housing, excuse me, is because I've been through it, and I know what it's like to have to go through the ups and downs of homeownership and lose something so precious. I've gone through physically having to lose something, such as material things. And I think that God takes those things away so that you can remember, wait a minute, who are you really belonging to? And to really make a difference on stop praising these material things. And that chapter, yeah, I would look at anybody's chapter 10 at that point and think, you're doing way better than I am. But somebody is chapter 1 right now, and they really have to just appreciate where you are at this moment. Yes, there's going to be moments of despair. Yes, there's going to be moments of irritation and disappointment and loss of money, loss of relationships. Yes, you're going to go through that. But I think when people share what actually happens, they can say, you know what? Me too. Me too, that actually happened to me. So even despite all of that, yeah, I look at a lot of other people's chapters 10 and 20 in their life right now, but I don't think that can't happen to me. I always know that my chapter 1 or my chapter 7, I'm still a work in progress. And I just wanted all my clients to know that. This is why I'm so passionate about the Forex market, to make sure people get their money and not be attached to the economy. People get their housing, because don't let anybody say you can't get it. So this is why I've been so passionate about these things, because I've had these things taken away from me. So what chapter am I on right now? I'm going to say I'm on chapter 10. I'm still moving forward. The books are doing well. They're blessing other people, certainly. And I hope that, you always remember that this chapter that you're on right now, you're still going forward. You're still going forward. You're still going forward. It doesn't matter. Stop comparing yourself to others, and don't despite small beginnings, because your chapter is soon going to be someone's big chapter. All right? So just remember that. Remember that. Remember that. And the book is still being written, and so is yours. So is yours. So is yours. Remember that. Your book is always going to be written. So stay fast. Stay steady. But be patient, and know that sometimes things are going to be taken away. Things are going to be taken away, and things are going to be rewarded double and triple, but you really have to stay in faith to remember that.